the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
On the Boxing Voice last night, certain Deontay Wilder called in, and one of the questions that Nestor asked him was, why aren't you here? You know, why aren't you going to Cardiff? And one of the reasons he said was, or the main reason, is I'm not allowed in the ring afterwards. Do you think he's throwing his toys out the Prem?
Yeah, totally. I've never seen anyone throw the toys out the Prem, and he would be allowed in the ring, but it's not a script. This fight is about Joshua and Parker, not about Deontay Wilder getting in the ring. But after the fight, Joshua would call him into the ring, because that's just what he's like. He didn't like the fact that it couldn't be scripted or guaranteed. But how can you not be here? Like, the entire world media is here. The plan was for him to do a press conference here today after the undercard press conference, which would have been more media than he's had throughout probably his whole career in 1 hour. So it's just madness. I don't know who's advising him, but the fans need to know one thing. He's apparently wanted this fight for so long and for so many years. Do you know how many times we have been approached by him or his team for this fight? Zero. Not once. I've reached out to them, didn't get very far. I've made him offers for Dillian Whyte. They've never come back to me. They've never spoke about numbers. They've never made us an offer. It's all rubbish. So he needs to either call me or listen or talk to his team and find out what is going on. Because we're not getting any approaches. If I had a fighter that wanted this fight so bad, and this was the biggest fight in world boxing, which it is, I would be sleeping outside Al Heyman's house and knocking on his door every single day to try and talk to him about making this fight. It baffles me, and I have no idea what's going on, and I think Deontay himself is becoming very, very confused.
Another thing as well, potentially the Ring magazine belt was going to be on the line as well for this fight. Is that something scheduled in for later?
No, the committee of the Ring magazine decided that because Joshua's 1 and Wilder's 2, they want to wait for a potential fight between those two for that belt. So I thought it should have been on the line personally for Joshua against Parker, but the Ring magazine decided not.
Another thing as well, good result with White over the weekend.
Yeah, great fight, good performance.
And I was there, and with that, do you think that's going to catapult White into a position now where he's going to have to fight Wilder?
He'll have to fight. He'll have to fight the WBC champion at some time. And you know, our offer for Deontay to fight Dillian Whyte, it's not you've got to go through White first. It's just an opportunity for Deontay to make a double-time career high payday in a fight that he thinks he can win before he goes on to a Joshua fight, which would make the fight even bigger, give him more percentage probably in that fight, and also a bigger payday. You know, that offer is not supposed to be derogatory. It's an opportunity. But again, no one's coming back to me. Like Deontay says, I'll take that fight as long as it involves a Joshua fight. No problem, we can talk about that. But someone has to get back to me. Like, I've made the Dillian Whyte offer. No one's coming back and saying, oh, we want a bit more money, or okay, well, what about a Joshua fight? It's just no, or we're not interested, or I have to just tell you that from the outset, or even from the inset, when he pulls out a coming this weekend, when I don't get any approaches or real dialogue from his team, it only looks like one thing. He's using Anthony Joshua's name for profile. Because if he's real, he just phones me. I'll tell him the truth. We'll see.
Another big fight on the undercard is Povetkin versus Price.
Great fight, yeah.
Amazing fight. Do you think this is a last chance saloon for Price?
It is, for sure, but I liked what he said in the press conference, which was, you know, I got offered this fight and I thought to myself, you know what, I deserve a break. I deserve something good to happen in my career. And when you look at the size difference between the two, wow. But Price has the ability to end a fight at any time. He's also himself susceptible to getting knocked out. It's a real tough fight. He's a massive outsider, but he can win the fight. And if he does, the place will go nuts.
And that may put him back into...
Would do. Be number one with the WBO, number one with the WBA.
Just finally, how are things going on with Daniel Jacobs' prep over in
Yeah, really good.
America?
I mean, that's a tough fight for him against Sulecki. Obviously, another undefeated opponent. It's a great card as well on April 28th on HBO. and got some big news coming about that fight in terms of its status, because we want Jacobs to go on and become, you know, the eventual mandatory for the Canelo Golovkin fight.
Yeah. So predictions on Saturday night?
I thought it would go late, and I thought Joshua would take time to break him down. But having seen Anthony, having seen that look in his eye, I think Joshua inside 6.
This one, I mean, this is amazing.
It's great, yeah. I mean, it's like, got to pinch yourself sometimes. I mean, 3 stadium fights in 11 months, and that's just with Joshua. Obviously, I had Kell Brook against Errol Spence at Bramall Lane. That was incredible as well, and you know, it's a monster fight on Saturday. Brilliant fight between 2 undefeated young heavyweight world champions, and everything on the line.
I remember one of the first, I think it was the first card you promoted was Audley Harrison versus David 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I bet this is, I mean, people talk about a massive career high for AJ, and rightfully so, but I take it this is in your, you know, you couldn't dream of something like this.
No, I mean, that was after that night. I was going to retire from good from boxing.
Really?
And yeah, after the Harrison Hay fight, it was a disaster. But you know, I think that we've stayed in the game. We've taken it to 2 new levels. Obviously, with the help of some great fighters on the way. And now, you know, like I said, we're here with 3 stadium fights or 4 stadium fights within 11 months, and great times for British boxing.